Hello everybody and welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. What are we looking at today? We're looking at new deck 26. No, we're not. Boros Wide Boys. That'll do. Boros Wide Boys. What are we looking at? We are looking at a couple of new cards. We're looking at the Moonshaker Cavalry, which is 5 and 3 white, so an 8 costing mythic Spirit Knight. 6/6 flying. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain flying and get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Now, in my mind, I've been trying to build a Rabble Rousing deck since Streets of New Capenna came out, and it has never been that strong. But these two are basically built for each other, because this is a card that has Hideaway 5, meaning that we can trigger its Hideaway. We look at the top 5 and exile something underneath it, and then whenever you attack with one or more creatures, create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Then if you control 10 or more creatures, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. So in theory, if we can get 5 creatures onto the board before turn 5, we play the Rabble Rousing on turn 5, find Moonshaker Cavalry under the Rabble Rousing, we then attack, all of our creatures get +10/+10 and flying on turn 5, even if it's just the 4 that we're attacking with. That is more than enough to kill our opponent in pretty much all situations. So this is the combo that we are trying to assemble. What have we got to help us get there? 3 of the Song of Totentanz. This is red and X sorcery, it's rare. And it does create X 1/1 black rat creature tokens with this creature can't block. Creatures you control gain haste until end of turn. So we create a load of tokens. Let's say we play this on turn 5. On turn 6 we can probably do this for X equals 5, which means we can immediately trigger our Rabble Rousing. So again, a very nice combination. And if we've managed to put a cavalry under the Rabble Rousing, very nice. Even if we don't, there's other ways this deck can win. But that's the kind of big combo enabler for this deck that didn't exist before. Before we had this Eiganjo Uprising, which was a red, a white, and X. So it's more expensive, and it gives our opponent a whole bunch of blockers. So I think the Song of Totentanz is just a better version than this for this type of deck. What else do we have to help us get to this point? We've got 1 Crawling Chorus. So this was just trial in the deck. It's a 1/1 for 1, and when it dies, we get another 1/1. Basically, I wanted a creature that would stick around after the first turn. If you watch through the video, you'll see the deck evolve a little bit. We were running 4 of Skrelv's Hive, but I've lowered this to 2 due to the prolific nature of mono red in the meta. Because the Skrelv's Hive makes us lose a life and gives us creatures that can't block, so it's not brilliant for mono red matchups. So I think 2 of these, to go with the 4 wedding announcements that we have, which obviously creates us tokens as well, is enough sort of token generation for the deck. We're then running 4 of the Resolute Reinforcements. The reason I'm running this is it pairs well with Soul Partition, because we've got 4 options to create 2 creatures at flash speed, as well as 3 options to remove something that could get in the way, or basically remove our opponent's win con if they're running a strategy that could cause us chaos. I mean, things that we want to remove is opposing versions of Wedding Announcement, maybe Raffines, maybe, think linchpins in the opponent's strategy is what this is there for. Sheldreds. 2 Adelines, because Adeline also basically brings in 2 creatures in 1 turn. As long as you have a creature down the turn you play it, you attack, it creates the 1/1 white creature token. The reason I'm so focused on tokens is that we are also running Mondrak, which is the 4 costing, if 1 or more tokens will be created under your control, twice that many are created instead. So all of these cards, this, and this, all create tokens. So does this, and this. So basically everything in our deck creates tokens. So if we have Mondrak down, being able to double the number of tokens can be very nice, especially with Rabble Rousing. It can just get out of control very quickly. One of the new cards that we're using as well is the Virtue of Loyalty. The reason that this is very good in the deck is that it has an adventure. Sorry, to start with again, this is mythic, of course it's mythic. Everything useful is mythic or rare. 5 costing enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control and untap those creatures. This works really nicely with Rabble Rousing, because with Rabble Rousing, typically what you want to always do is attack with as many creatures as you can, because you get that many tokens again. So other than creatures that we're really trying to protect, so maybe our Adeline or our Mondrak, the Resolute Reinforcements, the Wedding Announcement tokens, the things that are coming out of Skrelv's Hive, the Crawling Chorus, the Rats, we want to always be throwing all of those into the opponent. The beauty with Virtue of Loyalty is we get to untap those creatures, which means that they can serve as blockers. Obviously the rats from here and the mites from here cannot, but these can, and this can. So, you know, sometimes the problem is that we want to swing. If we're not going to quite finish the opponent, we can't swing. We can't generate enough tokens to trigger Rabble Rousing. So this kind of gets over that problem for us. If we know we're going to trigger Rabble Rousing and we've got a Virtue of Loyalty underneath it, perfect. Not to mention that it then has a 2-costing instant, which pairs well again with these sort of other 2-costing cards we have. We can pass our turn 2 back a lot because we've got an instant that creates a 2/2 white creature token with Vigilance. Being able to create the creatures onto the board at instant speed is not to be sniffed at. I mean, being able to drop the Resolute Reinforcements or this 2/2 token at the end of our opponent's turn can always give us something to sort of use to then trigger Rabble Rousing the following turn. So the problem with Rabble Rousing decks is that they can get board wiped a lot of the time. So, you know, a traditional way of building around this card would be using Jetmir, trying to get to the 9 creatures to get double strike. Now, the problem with that deck is that often the creatures are coming in at sorcery speed, so the opponent can keep the numbers down, they can wait for you to build them up and then board wipe you. That's why I've gone for this approach, utilising the flash of the reinforcements and the Virtue of Loyalty, because I figure being able to bring creatures in at flash speed, but also using these 2 enchantments, which will give us a sort of steady stream of creatures, it makes it more difficult for our opponent to interact with the strategy that we're running. Finally, we're running 3 of Burn Down the House. This is also a really good card in Rabble Rousing decks because it gives us the option to wipe the board where our opponent is playing bigger or stronger creatures than us, or they've just managed to get ahead for whatever reason. Or it can create 1/1 red devil tokens that have haste, so they can trigger Rabble Rousing very easily. They can be 2/2s through Wedding Announcement. And yeah, they could just add to the number of creatures we have down for Moonshaker Cavalry, not to mention that they also can attack and then untap with Virtue of Loyalty and be good blockers. So I think this deck probably has, if it ever has a shot in the meta, now is the shot. Now that this card, and this card have all come out, I feel like it actually has some potential viability in the deck. Obviously we're running 4 Mirrexes to give us more chance of creating more creature tokens for games where things get wiped. And I'm also running 2 of the Restless Bivouac because it's an extra creature that can attack if we've got spare mana later on. I'm thinking about creating more Sokenzans in the deck because we do have Adeline and Mondrak as legends, so it can be made cheaper. And also, creating 2 tokens for 3 or 4 is always going to be a good thing in this deck. That is exactly the kind of thing that we're trying to do. Not to mention that they come in with haste, so I think maybe we should be running like this. I just have that feeling that there's the one game that you want, that you've already had to play Sokenzan as a red, you're going to need like a second red source to play Burn Down the House and then not be able to or something. That's why I haven't done that yet, but I think that could be a good move. Anyway, we'll have a think. That's the deck. Let's have some games. We're in Mythic. Let's see how we get on. Alright? I'm already laughing ahead of time at how this is going to go. Okay. We're missing some key ingredients, but it looks okay. We will keep. Green, white. Enchantments. Oh, the game has already come. Honestly, this game. It just knows I'm trying to do dirty and it's hanging on me. I see. I do understand. We'll just request format data. We'll just check for some active matches. Oh, turns out, oh, look at this description. Yeah, brilliant game. Expertly coded. Okay, let's do Skrelv's Hive. We can Soul Partition selectively this game. Does it set us both to Ajani then, or are we both Ajani? I don't remember. I haven't chosen Ajani as an avatar since I first played Arena. Why are we both Ajanis? What is this? Whenever an enchantment is battle, I control scry 1. Okay. Ouch. Can we survive this for one more turn? I'm gonna say yes. For mana efficiency, we can play both these in one go, but we do need to survive a hit. Oh, look at them making one big fucker. You lame, bro. You lame. Nope. Okay, naturalist. That's it. You pump it all onto that guy. What are you ossifying? One of my 1/1s? Okay. You even attack him with the natural. That's beautiful. Don't really want to take damage because we're taking 1 a turn off this. Alright. Do we attack with both these? Give them 2 life? Cost ourselves 1? Nah, we'll just let them build a turn. So they have got an ossification to copy, right? So whenever it or enchanted creature deals combat damage, okay, fine. They've got no enchanted creatures unless they, okay, good. Come on. Get Tom with it. Starting to feel the burn, the enchantments player. We've only got 5 turns to win, so come on, man. I can't even give them emoticons because I'm squelched due to having to reload the game. Come on. Maybe they've now crashed? Okay. Do we do this? Yeah. Get wrecked, son. Good game, we've not won yet. We've only got 2 blockers. If they can remove 1, I suppose we're in trouble. No, they're just saying good game because they couldn't. Nice. Alright. Budoka. Looks interesting. Looks wide. Assuming we get to run this all out. Esper nonsense. Okay, as for creatures. Interesting. Esper go wide like us. Don't like being on the draw against something that's doing the same. Yeah, we'll attack. Okay, so we can burn down the house if required to clear this up. It looks like it might be required as well. Because we've got refill here. Although we could just create the 1/1s. I mean, okay, you put your one more thing for us to destroy. Nice. We need our Rabble Rousing. Lord Skitter, that's an interesting one. So, we could be in trouble. So 5, 6, 7, nah. Gonna have to block with 2 of these. We'll play both sets just in case they can remove 2 of them. So we'll take 3, we'll take 1 from this, we'll have 3 things to crack back with. Could still be in trouble. They're just going to draw off that, no more blockers, which is good. So 6, we'll have 9 attackers. Oh, we're going to be 1 short, 1 life short, is that right? Yeah, I mean, we're dead even if we don't try, so let's try. Oh no, because the thing gives haste. Oh, the thing gives haste, so this 2, 2, 8, we've got 10 attackers. 1 block. Yeah, boy! That is nice, the Totentanz with the giving the might haste. Okay, 2 for 2. Even with our very slow deck on the draw, we've won 1 now. Okay. Don't really want this one in our hands so much, but we'll take it. Still got this powerhouse pairing. Haven't seen soldiers for a while. That could mean the Skrelv damage puts us under pressure, but we'll see. We've got to get this down as soon as possible because we need these to be 2/2s to kill the undead. Wedding announcement. It doesn't give soldiers, does it? No, white humans. What? I haven't seen wedding announcement played at all in the last like 10 games. As soon as I make this deck, wedding announcements. every deck has wedding announcement in it. What is this? Wedding announcement in soldiers? We have got the red for the burn down the house, which could be helpful here. That can end games against creature decks. Yeah, look, we're definitely not a Ajani. So I think we might be needing a Soul Partition. Ooh, maybe we should be running one of these. Just seems a bit... What is this deck? I think... No. We can Virtue and then get rid of the Bunny Corn, maybe. Creatures... Okay, so this is like a finisher in soldiers now, is it? So but you have to attack with 5 or more soldiers, and they've got 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is this deck? It is all over the place, my friend. Very all over the place. Do we kill Harbin? We could get rid of Harbin and block this and then burn down the house, assuming we get a land. If we're going to do that, we wouldn't Virtue though. Maybe we do that as a fallback. Can't keep taking 3 in the air every turn. Do they have that counter spell? Like you get to create a 1/1 and counter based on number of creatures? Because that would be quite good. No, they don't. Okay, we'll block like this. Okay, they have a counter. It just was no good earlier. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate that we didn't get a land. That's going to force our hand with the burn down next time. Do we need to run slightly fewer Skrelv's Hives? Could run 3. What are we putting in instead? 1 more Rabble. We're missing the Rabble Rousings and we don't get them. We're only playing 3 at the moment. I think 4 might be the correct number for this deck. Got 26 lands though, so only having 4 in the top 12 is unusual. It's interesting that they don't want to attack with everything. I wonder if they want more counters. Ooh, we'd like to kill this. Maybe we'll just block. Yeah. In the hope that they replay this and something else, and then we top a land and just burn everything down. We'll swing with these first, obviously. One more wedding announcement. We're just going to draw rather than create a token. Okay, we did get the land we need, so let's just attack. Ideally, they would let them all 3 connect so that they get lifelink. It's a shame. Problem is we're dead in 2 turns because of this. I suppose no, we can give these haste. No, that doesn't help. We're still 1. How do we stop dying to this. We don't, do we? We just die. We die gracefully. It's only 14 damage. And they can block 6 of it. Ugh, God, we lost to that absolute hash of a deck. Okay, we're going to take out one Skrelv, put one of the Rabble Rousings in. Alright? Magagnals. Okay, what is it we get to go first? 26 lands, we should be able to draw some more. Or is it 27 we're running now? Might even be 27 lands. Nice. So let's get the Hive in. Get ticking some little Phyrexian mites. Esper again. I think green as a colour is basically dead. I haven't seen any green around for so long. We need some like questing beasts. Or similarly skilled cards. We won't play this because this could just be a counter spell. So let's not give them an easy target. I suppose we could just get rid of that, couldn't we? It's probably a good move. What is it with the wedding announcements, man? Every deck now. Every single deck is running wedding announcement. Well, we can Virtue this and then we'll play the backside of Virtue next time. Unless it gets countered, which it might do. We'll play these first. If they don't do anything, I wonder if this is a Wandering Emperor. Is that what this is while we wait? Oh no, it's just a Field of Ruin. Not sure. I guess yeah, they can stop us creating tokens, but we've got more of those. What are you thinking, dude? Have you not got any basics in your own deck left? Because there's one slot. You knew that is what has happened. They've got one basic in their deck. They've popped their Field of Ruin. And they've not got any more basics. We had that one anyway. Alright. Let me see you 1-2 trick. Double Rabble. Yeah, I did just add one to the deck, so I do deserve that. Yeah, but it's alright. It's alright. We haven't got any of our Soul Partitions. Or Burn Down the Houses. There are only 7 removal spells. We've got 4 Soul Partitions and 3 Burn Down the Houses in the deck as our only interaction. 7 out of 60 isn't too bad. We just haven't got one yet. Burn Down the House is a particularly nice one because if you hit it off Rousing, you can just create the 1/1s if you don't want to activate it. That's why I like it in this deck. Virtue of Loyalty is obviously nice because it gives us something we can do early, but if we hit it off Rabble, we've got a good spell. Yeah. Yeah, I am happy with myself making this deck. Oh, shit. Okay. Red-black with a Kamano. I mean, this goes in any red deck, basically, doesn't it? Like he says, playing a red deck without Kamano in it. This is going to be massive if they manage to get rid of the token on it. If they use the, what do you call it? I think that puts a monster token and gives it +2/+A. So, We need to start blocking. They've only got one card in hand. We'll block this so that if they do have the thing that gives a roll token, we don't just get our dude killed for no reason. So I'm hoping with this, if we could top deck Soul Partition, that would be nice. We just need to keep one or two creatures around so that we can spawn more for the rousing. That will even out, stop the opponent slamming us quite so hard. They did put something on top. Okay, that was probably that Hex Mage. They'll put that here maybe? Yeah. Do we block now? No. Opponent's only got one card in hand. We're only down to 9. We don't want to give away that we're powerless just yet. No, no. Let them think we've got a Wandering Emperor. We have got Eiganjo if we need it, but I'd rather play the reinforcements and then create some more tokens of rousing. So let's block like this and one more thing like this. Yeah. I wonder what our opponent has. They're being very tricky. Okay. Do we burn down the house? Not attack? Attack, burn down the house, draw. Or do we just Rabble Rousing and attack? Tempted to burn down, attack and burn down. Oh, not burn, not even attack. Let's attack with 1. Because we could have attacked and virtued. We could have rabbled and attacked. But this way we'll end up with a blocker for if they've got something with haste. We're a little less concerned about the trampling stuff. Okay, if that's just a shock. They didn't blood it, so whatever it is they want it. Okay. Probably Wicked Roll on it. No. Curious why they would want a treasure. What have they got? This is useless. Suppose we'll take that. And we might as well attack because we get a 1/1 to replace this one. What do they want to trade by? They got a 4-costing spell. Must have a 4-costing spell. Okay. They could just sack the blood to braids and then we die. We've got no artifacts. That was just felt really dirty, didn't it, that game? Okay. Going off Skrelv's Hive. I like having 2. Maybe we'll drop 1 more for something. Have a think. Okay. Remove 1 land, so we're down from 27 to 26. I think it's enough. We're not trying to hardcast Moonshaker Cavalry in this deck. Removed one. What is it called? Skrelv's Hive. We've added one of the one-costing Might, the Crawling Chorus, and we've added 2 Mondraks. Let's see how we get on. Ruby Daring Tracker would make a nice block with the Virtue. They don't want to do that, so we'll do this. Probably don't block this, do we? If we could get a land, that would be wonderful. We cannot. I think we'll just hold. We could have Soul Partitioned Ruby to remove the ramp, but if they ramp into something too scary, we can partition that. Same decision again. I haven't changed my mind. Did they miss a land drop as well? Maybe. Yeah, they did. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Sweet. We've hit our land drop this time. As soon as I dropped from 27 to 26, we missed land 3. What does that tell you? Interesting. Yeah, alright, we'll block that scam. They can only shoot face, which is not too concerning. And more wedding announcements. They finally got their 3rd land. No. Bit annoying that they had another one of these. Just need one more land, please. So they can pay 3 to destroy one of our wedding announcements. That is most of their mana, so... yeah. Annoyingly, they can do it again next turn. This will give them something to destroy. They can block the 3/3, but we'll get 3 3/3s, which will go down to 2/2s if they spend 3 more mana. But we could just use these to create 1/1s to attack with. And then eventually get to this. This is a Cacophony Scamp, could be quite nice in a Virtual Loyalty wedding announcement deck. Because as its power grows, they don't want to kill it. Maybe. Swift Spear, eh? Kamano. So they can still pay 3 for Miglos. So So they can kill this. But so these will be 2/2s if they killed this. We'll just block like that, shall we? That way we'd force them to pay 3 and kill a wedding festivity rather than the virtue of loyalty. That puts them in a bad position. They got 3 life and they can't kill these now. Not without gaining some life. Or flipping this Kamano. Land Kamano. I think that's a good game. Let's burn down the houses coming through. Sweet. That was good. Good. I mean, we were against Skrelv, so we can't celebrate too much. Alright. Time to bring down the Titan. Yeah, okay. Got the Bivouac. This looks like it could be... This could be a burn down the house type of game. Oh no. It's a toxic kind of game. Shit. Can we live long enough? We need to top a Soul Partition. Yeah, Soul Partition. They can keep just forcing this Jawbone Duelist through. Shit, man. We just died. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Alright. No, I fucking didn't. Gosh, that last one. Dead on turn 4. I only got 3 turns. That's, if you don't draw your Soul Partition, you're dead. Riders. Okay, we got it this game. Black-green this game though. I think we'll do an announcement rather than Adeline, because this is very much go for the throat-looking territory. Cut down even worse. They could have cut down Adeline. It would only be a 1/4. What are you doing, opponent? Graveyard Trespasser, maybe? Just to be new and original. Come on, boy. Glissa. We're gonna have to Soul Partition that. obviously they can play the Glitter again if they have another land, untapped land, which they do. Unfortunate. Now, do we play this out and try and go for this? I think so. They wouldn't be stupid enough to block the Adeline, I don't think. Okay. Maybe they would. We can then Mirrex. Nice free removal on Sheldred. I don't know why we've pulled 2 of our 3 Moonshakers in the top 12. Okay, that's why they didn't mind. That's going to be painful for you though. That's looking very painful. Well, we've never finished the game with one of these yet. It's always been the rats. Alright. Next one. It's not a wonderful lack of white, but at least we can do something on turn 1. We won't be able to Soul Partition unless we top deck a white land there. Could use one of these if we pull any land next turn. White will play this. Okay, nice. Probably countered, but we'll try. No. This must be control though, right? Interesting form of control, running Thran Spider. So we're just aggroing now, I think. Though interesting that they block this, I wonder if they're depopulating. Because why else would you block that? Although Wedding Announcement plus the song has proved pretty fatal for our opponents so far, so let's just hope for more of that. Can you just believe how much better than the stupid red-white Eiganjo spell is, whatever it's called? The Samurai's one, because it gives them blockers as well. Okay, they are depopulating. So we can only do this for 4, but that's enough for the time being. Yeah. Oh, Mondrak. There he is. You could easily have Sunfall or something. Okay. So this is why they're running the Thran thing. So if they try and depop, we can use the Power Stain, sack 2 of these to give Mondrak indestructible. Iron Crag, okay. That's probably game for us. Yeah. Who needs the Moonshaker? Alright, next one. Going first. Not really very cheap spells, but we'll give it a go. We've actually got the Rabble Rousing, so green, red, ruby, Lanoir Lane Speaker. We want to get the wedding announcement ticking. We'll just rinse and repeat this combo. I assume this is the one that sort of ramps into the Italy / Bramble thingy, whatever it's called. Looks very rampy. Okay. Do we do Mondrak? Probably. Gives us a nice number of creatures. Ready for Rabble Rousing. Foreign Clerks. Okay. If they flip that, it's not the end of the world immediately. Darn. Nah. So they could afford a 7-drop now. Like in Italy. Ren and 7, don't see that very often. Five, yeah. They haven't really got very good attacks, so I would expect no attacks from our opponent here. Yeah. Still no land for us, unfortunately. So hold on, they've got 4 blockers, we've already got 7 creatures. This will create 6. 3, 9, 18 damage that would be. Oh no! Shit! Missed lethal, because Adeline would be an extra 1 creature. Ha! Stupid idiot. That is annoying. If I die now to something, I don't know what. Yeah, that could that could find something to kill us. Oh no. I am an idiot. I'm not sure what would be under the ringing, but ooh, zeroing the red and 7. Okay. Oh gosh, if they fight, is there something under here that flings this at me? What is it? Okay, just an invasion. Okay. That's acceptable. This doesn't have trample, so okay, I think I got another chance. Oh, we even get 2 tokens of Adelines. Oh, they were well dead last turn. Oh. Even with some removal, we're good here. Okay, stats on this one. So overall, I played 19 games of this deck with a 58% win rate. Now, bear in mind this is all in Mythic. On the video, I think it was 7 for 10, so it was actually a 70% win rate. Now, I have been slowly improving this deck. The early versions were complete trash, and it has been getting a little bit better as the time's gone on. And I think, as it stands, I would say this is actually a pretty decent winning deck. I think there's two very clear win cons, as we saw from the video. The Moonshaker one, it doesn't come very often, but opponents know it's there, so it forces them to try and keep your creatures down early on. And as long as we manage to find a wedding announcement, this Song of Totentanz basically becomes a win con on its own. I mean, if you can get to 6, 7, 8 mana, like being able to just chuck 6 or 7 2/2s at them at haste, it's a win con on its own. We're the kind of deck that would have chipped away some damage early, especially with Adeline, Skrelv's Hive, wedding announcement. There's all sorts going on here. It feels decent. It feels really nice. It feels hard to interact with. Obviously, there were decks that have sort of gone over the top of us or managed to sort of beat us down too quickly. So the one concern really is around the Skrelv's Hive, creating tokens that can't be blocked. Maybe we ditch this altogether, put a little bit more interaction in there, or put some more ways of creating creatures, or more, maybe just some more 1-drops. I mean, I don't know. I need a little think about this. The Skrelv's Hive just feels like a bit of a weak link in there, but I do like creating creatures from an enchantment. It gives them something extra to remove. It means board wipes don't ruin your life, but yeah, maybe this would be better as a crawling chorus. I honestly don't know. It's been a really good fun deck to play. I mean, I have actually managed to win with Moonshaker. Sadly, not in the video, but being able to trigger Moonshaker off Rabble Rousing feels so good. Getting your opponent to like minus 120 life or whatever they end up on. So yeah, it is a really fun deck to play, and I recommend giving it a go if you've got some spare rares and mythics to play with in this. As always, thank you very, very much to everyone who has watched through to the end. I really do appreciate it. If you did like the video, please do like the video, and please do subscribe to the channel. I will be bringing out some more interesting decks, not just your normal boring black decks soon. Stay tuned for more. Bye for now.